Gameoration.
What is going on, guys? It's Taylor.
And it's your boy, Dre.
And about, I'd say, 20 feet from us, there's apparently a big fucking party going on downstairs at the bar, which we are...
and of course, we're not invited.
Of course, yeah, we never invited. We never were invited to the bar. The open bar that's public to everybody. We're never invited.
Speaking of not being invited, now let me take
my
work badge off, so no one knows where I work.
Oh, shit. Little strip club. So, Dre.
Speaking of strip clubs, what's up?
You need to get a little comfortable?
Yeah.
I think you are. Weird. So, on the weird topic of, not weird topic, but you in the past have said, like, you would, how do I say this? How do I say this without being, like, making fun of me? Or egg on my face? Or, like, oh, like, that's your, okay, so, speaking of, in regards to, like, my mom, she watches things, she's, she's, I don't know. So, so I've known in the past, I've spoke about how she watches Marvel movies, DC movies, she watches superhero movies, watches like, nerdy sci-fi shows. She's really into like medieval shit. She loves Sherlock. She loves Artful Dodger. Today I learned she watched Supernatural. I haven't watched Supernatural.
I tried watching Supernatural. It is like a non-interesting version of Buffy.
Oh, but
I just didn't get it. Sorry.
So today my mom had like minor surgery, so I picked her up. And then I hung out at home until everything wore off, and she had some to eat, and she was okay to drive home. So while we were there, we're looking for
Sorry.
What?
This reminds me of a story one of our mutual friends told me.
Uh-oh.
And this, sorry to cut you off. I just want to tell the story real quick.
Go ahead.
And this isn't a specific story, but he would tell me these stories. So our mutual friend went to war, right?
Yep.
And he would tell me these stories, and they're just like nonchalant stories, like and then like. Oh, and then she was murdered.
Oh yeah, no.
Dude, you can't fucking keep doing that. you can like prep me for that shit. Get to tell you some nonchalant story about somebody, and then they die at the end. It's like, wait, what?
So at the end of the story, my mother is still alive.
Okay,
she's home now. She's fine.
It just made me think of I think I can't laugh or anything because I need to get to the end of this story. Like, okay.
Yeah. But that's when they found the tumor. So.
Like some shit like that, like. But then he would tell me these stories, and they would be like just so nonchalant, like, "Oh yeah, I met this girl, and like so, and we were nice." She was funny. We used to tell jokes, and then it sucked when she was hung by like the Iranian government. It was like, dude, you can't fucking keep telling stories where someone just fucking dies at the end. And like if you tell me like this, like we were trapped in a fucking cave, and there were monsters. And then it ends that way. Okay, I kind of was expecting that.
And that's why I had to eat her.
Yeah, but like he would tell you, it's like this nonchalant, like cool.
I think I've heard that story as well. He said,
and it's like, dude, you can't fucking keep telling the story when someone just fucking murders or commits suicide.
or pick your stories a little better.
Yeah, or like at least
choose what you tell people.
Like prep me for this shit ahead of time, because like by the end of the story, I would start laughing. Like, dude, you can't keep doing that. Like, I get how sad and terrible war is.
Oh, war.
But, like,
war is so funny.
You say, like, build me up to this point that I expect someone to die or be dead by the end of it. But they never started off that way.
At some point, you just assume everybody dies in the story. So it's like, I'm waiting for it, like, who
the other shoe is going to drop eventually.
Who in your story isn't off themselves or not be here tomorrow, like,
So now, like, I had this thing when people tell stories of, like, shit. I don't know how I'm supposed to react.
No. I wouldn't. No, it comes to like family members and be like, oh yeah, but they died. No, I wouldn't do that. No.
So like,
so we're good.
But on that same thing, when I tell a story like, I'm gonna tell you a story. It kind of sucks at the end, but like, so I prepped him ahead of time because he would do that shit, and it would be like
also, I think somebody getting hung would justify more than it kind of sucks.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'm just saying no. Like he would tell a story and he wouldn't start it. It was like, oh man. This reminds me of this time I was hanging out with this girl.
It was a bright sunny day.
Yeah,
so
like,
happy. Birds
like,
and a rainbow coming out.
Telling you jokes.
By the way, somebody got hung.
Yeah, it really sucks that the Iranian government murdered her.
Slashed her stomach open.
Like dog.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right. Anyway, so every time I hear a story like, oh, you're telling this story like your mom's like, shit, don't laugh.
No. Believe me, I wouldn't do that. No.
All right, here we go.
Not anymore. I wouldn't. No. So we were sitting there and she's recovering, kind of hanging out and drinking some Sprite for her stomach, and then she's like, well, we'll watch something. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I was telling her about The Boys.
Your mom watched The Boys.
And I said, "Damn, we're waiting, right?" And then like she's like, "Well, if so, you have an episode to watch." I'm like, "Well, I have 2 more to watch until like they come like every week." She's like, "Well, what's going on? I'll watch it." And I'm like, "Are you sure?" And she's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay." I'm also allow me to tell you. So I had to like prep her for like, you're gonna see this. You're gonna, well, it's really vulgar. She's like, well, Taylor, I'm this age, like I think I'm okay with that. And I'm like, I know you have a Save There's Party mouth as well, so it's fine. But just X, Y, and Z is gonna happen. You may see this, blah blah, but this is all context. She's like, okay, fine. So we're watching it, and she's like, of course, like for some reason of all, like mostly it's all about like male nudity and shit, and like that. I'm like, okay, I let her know, like, hey, you may see that, but this is like back-to-back bang scenes with like guy and a girl. I'm like, oh, this is fucking awkward. Like, so like, and I'm like, okay, well, and then I don't want to look at the TV, so I start asking her about stuff and telling her stuff. Like, I ask her about like stuff about the, because you haven't seen it, so I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But I start telling her facts about the people on screen. Like, oh yeah, while he's sitting there, banging away, like, he is so and so, and he's so and so. He's in this, blah blah.
He used to be in this show, Mom.
Yeah, somebody to take attention off them having sex. It's like,
did you know the African monkey? Da, da, da. It's like, what? It's just
but like, I've always been like the thing. I'm like, fuck, I don't want to watch like. It's like watching a sex. They always say like, oh, it's like watching a sex scene with your parents. Well, that was the situation. Like, I don't remember ever watching a movie with a sex scene with my mom or my stepdad.
I watched Pulp Fiction with my mom.
Oh,
I had never seen it either. So
had she?
I don't think she had seen it either. And this we like rented it or something because we heard it was good. Back when you could do that, go get this movie and you could just go get it. And like, I guess it always asks when I wear it to like the Blockbuster. No, like, oh, is that your sister? It's like, no, it's my mom. And I thought it's because she looked young.
Oh.
Well, my mom does look young, but I always thought it was because she looked young and like not because she was renting me movies that were not for children. Because we would watch them together, but like, yeah, we rented Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
And yeah, then that scene with the gimp came out. It's like, okay, but it was fine. But look at it.
I'm sure it's fine because you guys are both mature, but it's more like, where do you look? You look to see what their eyes are doing or what they're looking at or whatever. Because my mom's like, I'm all, hey mom, like, you may see Miss Miller Judy. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm like, no. Like,
you remember when we were watching what's that like really famous movie where she's not wearing panties or something and crosses her legs?
Oh,
Attraction.
Not Fatal Attraction. It's gonna be fucking one Sharon Stone.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is Fatal Instinct. Oh yeah, Basic Instinct. Yeah, there you go. We did watch that, but that was more like she was watching it and I came in like, oh, you have to leave now. Like, oh, okay.
Oh.
So I was younger back then, but the Pulp Fiction, like the majority of the movie wasn't about that life, so it was like monster shit. So when it came to that, I was like, oh, this is awkward.
Oh.
But it was like Basic Instinct was clearly like a key part of the plot was just the sex, right?
Yes.
And the horniness of it all. Whereas Pulp Fiction was like, we're from the mob, like basically like a LA version of Sopranos almost. So
yeah. So that was my thing. I'm like, then my mom's like got into it. She started asking questions. She's like about the characters and she's like, oh, they do this. I'm like, okay, well, I asked her before she left. I'm like, are you gonna go and watch The Boys? She's like, no, I probably won't. I'm like, okay, well, it's not like you're about to, but like, she would do. She would actually probably binge The Boys. She's gonna go home and watch that movie Thrash, the shark movie. She likes Jaws and all that.
I should have even heard of it.
So it's on. Why you who are a big Netflix fan? You were the Netflix biggest like popping a boater for them.
So if you notice, I am wearing my work outfit because I came straight from
Netflix.
work.
Yeah, black and red, like Netflix.
And then when I'm going home, I actually had some stuff I needed to do. So I've been mostly I started studying Japanese as well. So I just don't have time. Like really, between me, all this shit, I'm really getting to like these 3D prints. Oh, I should have brought one with me. I'm really kind of proud of this 3D print I made. Anyway, just to say, like I've really dove into certain parts of me and artistic wise. I just haven't had time to fucking sit down with Netflix and really enjoy shit. So I'm so behind in everything. I still need to finish. Okay, I still need to play / finish Death Stranding so I can play / finish Death Stranding 2. And there were some other games I really wanted to play recently, and it's just
Mario
like
Brothers 2.
Yeah, no.
But getting around to that one.
But every time something is like, okay, I gotta push this further back on this list of shit I'm gonna do, or maybe I not even ever get to. It was Resident Evil. I wanted to play Resident Evil 7 so I can play Resident Evil 8. Or am I doing it backwards?
No.
What just came out?
Requiem
was 9. Okay.
Yeah.
So I need to play Resident Evil 8 so I can play Resident Evil 9. So I wanted to play Death Stranding. So I'm like, I had these 3 games I know are size.
Do you know where the time is that you would do it? So you can't in your mind be like, okay, well if I do this,
like right now, like I was telling you, like because Also, I'm selling my home, so we have to deal with that shit, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
shit, I should move these things around so I can do these other things. Because on Sunday they wanted to go to a auction house,
You know.
so we're doing that on Sunday, and I was like, fuck, I can't. That means I can't do this on Sunday. So then they're like, and then on Monday I have to go sign paperwork to do this other shit. But I'm also on Monday I have to be in Compton for work. And so anyway, it's gotten to this really crazy point where like, damn, I really feel like I'm fucking back
You're
in
stretched thin.
college.
Yeah.
This is what when I had a full schedule of college and I was working. It's like, how the fuck do I do anything? And I remember back in college, I had stopped watching TV and stopped playing video games so I can do it. So like that's right. So the only games I really play now
On your phone.
are Balatro and that game that it's that really simple game. I'm running around destroying rocks
Oh.
and shit and shooting shit.
Yeah, it's mean Survivor.
Yeah,
But
but it's something I can pick up. I can play like to like get my mind out of everything I'm doing
Uh-huh.
for like 20 minutes before I go back to all that other shit. So all I have to say is, yeah, I haven't even caught up on anything Netflix.
Okay.
I haven't watched The Boys Gen V yet. I just started that. I'm like 2 or 3 episodes in.
Into the first season? No.
Second season.
Okay, I was like,
Second
Jesus
season
Christ.
of Gen V The Boys.
Invincible. You haven't
I
touched
haven't
that?
even touched Invincibles. If we weren't playing the game here, I wouldn't have had
wouldn't know.
time to touch it either.
Yeah.
There's some other Darth Maul. I haven't even started.
I'm actually again. I show my mom a picture of that. She's like, cartoons. I'm like, it's not cartoons. It's like CG. She's like, oh, it was good.
I
I'm like,
haven't
"Yeah, it
even
is."
started the last season of Mandalorian yet.
Why so soon?
There's some other show I really wanted to
You're
watch.
far behind.
Yeah, I know. I'm way.
Okay.
I'm just catching up on everything. I somehow got into this. I missed the pandemic for one reason. It felt like I had so much more time just to do shit, and I didn't have so many things. Now I'm just kind of like, oh man. So like, yeah, I'm just behind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I watch TV shows and movies at work. It's a lot easier that way.
No, it was easy for me too up until my I don't want to shit on my boss or anything, but he's like,
But you're about to.
no. So like, my boss got into it like, oh, we can all this warehouse work, we can have these guys do it. So the
Yeah,
stuff I used to be able to do.
That sucks. That feels like that's not like they got your resume and they're like, look, I got more bullet points here,
Yeah.
and then not more bullet points here to work, and not so much the pay part.
Like, yeah, so like we did some of this warehouse work, but it was like not our thing. It was just like, hey, when we have now, it's like our thing. So like half my job in the last like 3 months has been warehouse, like legit picking up racks, stripping racks of equipment, installing equipment, cleaning out equipment, and that takes up
Maintenance or like
Yeah.
other job.
and that takes up way more energy than you. It would be like because it's like a 5-hour thing when we do it, but it's like working out.
I'm surprised you aren't all stinky and like full of
Yeah.
sweat.
Well, I didn't have to do it today, luckily, but
that's
like,
good.
but on Tuesday we did it till like 9 o'clock at night, right? So I was like, cool, I'll go home and do all that shit I was telling you about.
Yeah.
Got home, was like, I'm so tired. And then,
Yes, you fell asleep early.
yeah, no, I fell asleep early, woke up.
Weird.
I woke up at my computer like, shit, I didn't get anything done. Now I gotta go back into bed so I can wake up and go to work tomorrow. Do it all over again.
What happened to the game you were making? Has that been like permanently?
I have gotten so much more progress on that. So that's
How?
another thing. So
How?
I have gotten back into that. So, okay, so remember that game I was making?
Yes.
What happened was I got hung up.
What happened?
What had happened was I got hung up at the part where, because it was working,
Started.
and then it got to the part where I was trying to make the online work. So it only worked if you were
network-
playing
the
it
net,
by yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you were here and this browser here opened up, I could not make that work.
The net code wasn't working.
No, and so I looked up so many fucking different ways of making it work, and I've
Did you
just
ask
fucking
ChatGPT?
cooked it. I asked ChatGPT. I even did what ChatGPT suggested, and it just took me down this rabbit hole.
Said go to Fiverr.com and ask with somebody there.
Yeah, and it was like it got to the point where I felt like I was uncoding my code, like it was just breaking it. And I was like, okay, I got to stop. And that was like a year ago. And
Yes.
I finally got back into it earlier last week or this week, and now it is legit. I can open up browser 1, browser 2, and I can play.
On the same network though. What about?
I'm the same network, but I can get to one device to another now, or I can get to one browser to another. I couldn't do that before. I could
So
only
is your game browser based?
Yeah, I was remaking an old game,
Yeah.
but making it so anyone could play.
Yes.
Browser based. This is actually, you played Queen's Blood online, right? Or Queen's Blood. I was basically, I took a lot of inspiration from that. Like, oh, this is possible now. I can make this. So I brought it, and so it's browser based.
What's that? What's that? Good artist. A good artist steals. A great artist. No, a good artist copies. A great artist steals. Something like that.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know. I remember right?
Yeah.
But
Artist, yeah.
I have made. In fact, I was mad last night because when I sat at my desk to work back on that, I didn't have to. It was like 3 in the morning. I was like,
So
I should.
you only have time to masturbate.
Yeah.
That's like
I was
one
like,
thing to do.
I was like, I probably should go to sleep. And actually, I overslept and woke up late to work because that's how fucking day. But no, I am so excited because I'm actually
Remind the audience again. What time do you go to work? What time should you start to work?
supposed to be there at 8:30. Today I woke up at like 9:30. Like, oh shit.
Oh,
I was just
it's
tired.
just salary though, so it doesn't matter. You're not hourly.
Does matter. Doesn't matter. I mean, my boss wouldn't be excited to hear that.
Did they even know that you were late?
No. But what happened was,
Another one.
what had happened, the place I was in charge of gave me a call and no one answered. And then they had to
They said,
call
"Fuck it,
somebody
let's go
else.
home."
And luckily they answered. And by the time I got to it, I was like, oh shit. And I called them like, no, it's fixed now. You weren't available, so someone else got to it. I was like, okay, cool.
Say, listen, I was taking a shit.
Yeah.
I got time for your calls right now.
But yeah, no, so it's been peaceful. But yeah, I'm so excited that actually I made so much more progress on that. Now it's like,
So you do have time, but you just time for certain things that don't involve.
involve
things
like
that you
watching.
love.
So I do have me stuff put in the background when that's going on. That's why I've been starting to watch Gen V
Yeah.
because while making that game, I can watch something on the side now, and I've seen so much dick. I think I've seen more dick in this than I've ever seen in porn. That's how wild this season of Gen V is.
I'm aware.
I
watched it too.
A lot of dick.
I told my mom, like, hey, mom, but it's okay. Like I said, mom, a lot of male nudity. She's like, no, it's okay.
A lot of dick. I was like, damn, they went straight some asshole and dick. Like last season, they hinted at it.
Yeah.
Now this one was just like, let's just rip the band-aid off. So it's just dick.
No, I think this. If you watch this season, I watched or maybe this, you'll see ball sack too.
No, like it was ball sack and dick.
Okay, you said
and
asshole. You said asshole and dick. So.
Well, yeah, then they got ass.
Don't neglect the balls. You know that.
There's some asshole and dick and some balls, and then I don't know what you want to call it, but
that's when Jerry Lee woke up.
yeah, some dude was exiting another dude's anus or something like that. I didn't quite figure out what was going on, but it was definitely
You
clearly
just stop and say it again, but slower and lower, please.
so. Which is why you should support our Patreon because we're not getting monetized after all that conversation. No.
Yeah.
No, I find it interesting that you did. Like my mom is old. Okay.
Plus, like the place where your mom works, you would think that she nothing would really phase her in that way.
I don't say like my mom's old, so I got into this thing now. Like, hey mom, you should check out this new show, and I will like, hey mom, you should check out this show. Oh, okay, cool. Like next day, like, oh yeah, I binged all 14 seasons. Like, how did you find the time to do that?
So I am playing. I'm making no game, Dre. I got time to kill.
Yes, and I really do feel like cause like my dad is like so my mom's kind of older and like kind of slower, right? And then my dad is older, but he's not slowed down. He used to referee or basketball, which basically means. You see those referees playing basketball? They have to run with the
yeah, and if you haven't noticed, even heard in the very past, Ray said his dad's very popular.
You know, my dad, fucking holy Christ, my dad. It is like we will be anywhere, and someone's like, "Hey, yo, did you go to so and so high school?" Like, how do they recognize you? Like, I bump into people that I know I should know. Like, damn, I don't remember where this person's from. But my dad would bump into
your
people.
cousin.
Yeah.
No,
and they know him.
Don't recall.
But like, you know, he's an active person. So I was like, damn, what my dad does? Because now that he's retired, like he wakes up.
Your dad's out there shoutcasting.
Like I just don't know what he does. But I don't know about your parents. My parents, or one side of my parents.
My dad's dead.
Okay.
I knew it.
Yeah. It's like. I just meant that
like. It really is though. He died like in July.
Yeah. I just meant like my parents. They get a kick out of gambling.
Yeah.
So like,
who doesn't? It's an endorphin rush.
Yeah, but that's from like I don't think you don't gamble, do you?
I love me some craps. I will gamble and I will.
Because I feel like our generation, and we're an older generation now, but we don't gamble like the generation above us does. Like,
I gambled one time online or through an app. do for a Niner game. But I'm like, I got to undo this because like I feel like if I keep going, because I'm gonna keep going. It's so easy, and I have like disposable income here and there, and I'm gonna be like, oh well, a couple bucks here and there, adds up to a lot here and there.
That's what I'm saying. Like I knew I gamble, and I'd be like, I lost $50. I was like, fuck, that's $50 damn dollars.
Yeah.
And that was before all this like things were expensive. That's when gas was like $3. Like fuck.
Yeah.
I'll never see it again. And now it's even worse. So yeah.
Your mom likes to gamble.
No. My dad loves to gamble. Like he would just tell me like he goes on trips. Like I'll call him like, hey, where you at? He's like, oh, I'm in Reno. We're gonna go gamble. And that's like when he described his trip. Why? It sounds like they just went there to gamble.
Yeah, they're on a trip, Yeah.
And he went on a cruise recently, and guess what he did?
Gambled.
Yeah. So it's like interesting what he does on his free time. But he's like an active person. So I always wonder what he does on his free time because he doesn't watch TV like
your dad's a unnamed gangster. That's all. Yeah. He's just like
my mom like goes like when Movie Pass was a thing. My mom was fucking using that. She probably is the reason why the company went bankrupt. Like she would like legit see like 3 movies a day. Like how like how you like used to be able just to keep swiping it whatever.
Would your mom be truthful to that? She would go see a movie, walk out, and do it again and see a movie, or she movie hop? No,
she like did it legit. My mom doesn't know how to like cheat the system, so.
My mom too. Like, my mom doesn't have Movie Pass, but she's like, oh yeah, I went to the movies. I went to the movies, something, then went out and got another ticket, came back in. And I'm like, you can just like they're not gonna stop you. Like, you're of a certain age. You're like, oh well, you're just like probably either trying to find your theater or whatever. They're not gonna stop.
Well, my mom doesn't want to be confrontational too, so she was like, whatever, I'll just do it. And then she had fun. But it's just saying like Movie Pass probably went under because she would see a movie. She would probably see like 3 movies legitimately a day.
Yeah.
In a week, like a month's time, she would probably seen 16 movies somehow. All right, and that's what she just watched shows and TV.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just interesting. Yeah.
Oh, so I was like, our mom was like, oh, like I'm not gonna say your mom's age, and
my mom's like in her 60s or something. I don't even know her age, but she's
mine's in her early 70s, and so like, yeah, I mean she's like. I don't know. You
know what's crazy about my mom's age? My mom is considered young in my friend group.
So your mom is very spry when that's the time I saw her. She's very spry. She's very just out there bubbly. Like, you wouldn't think like she's like that age.
Black don't crack, my ninja.
Didn't want to say that, but I'm like, how can I say that? What metaphor can I use to say that?
No, it was funny. Yeah. So my dad's probably like, one of these times someone bumped remember my dad.
Uh-huh.
They were confused because they thought my dad was my dad's son.
I know.
Because my dad looks so young, like he doesn't look like he's aged since he's like been 40.
Wow.
So the guy that he bumped into, he was like, I know, did your dad? And he was like asking about he's asking my dad if my dad knew my dad. Because he was so confused that my dad looked like he was
young.
His
dad lives in the back of the tank. That's his, he sits there and proud sleeps.
Yeah, so he was confused. Like, why did you like? I know you look like this guy. I know.
Yeah.
But you can't be him because he would be 20 years older. So it was like this really confusing.
What sorcery is this in real life?
But even my granddad, when he passed away, he had a head full of black hair still. Like he had not gone gray.
Less stress.
So it's just like genetics. So I probably won't go gray, or I probably won't go gray until I'm old. Right. Yeah.
Way to rub it in there, Senior Dre.
So yeah. My mom, she comes across as young. So so my mom and dad, they're not as old as the people that, like, I don't know. Maybe it's just white people old age faster than most people, because like people that are her age that are like, I hate to like pick on white people, but they're like old. It's like
what happens. Yeah, their body gives out pretty easily.
Yeah, and then like my dad and mom, they're younger of the older crowd. So it's like I imagine my mom just must be really bored, so she watches like a lot of TV. And my dad, again, he just fucking gambles. So I don't know. Somehow that feels his day.
Yeah. So my mom's a big movie watcher as well.
Yeah, that's good.
So yeah, that was that. But speaking of movies, this weekend CinemaCon went on. And also, I wanted to talk about, I know we talking about CinemaCon and the Avengers and so forth and all that. Well, as of right now, as of this recording, nothing's been talked about, but nothing's been shown as far as trailer to the public, to non-CinemaCon crowd. Let me ask you this though: the new trailer, the official trailer for Street Fighter movie came out. So I sent it to you, sent it to Renee. friend of the show Renee is like, it looks like good cheese, like it's gonna be like that, like good cheese movie. And then so like, okay, and we in the past, like our old studio, we went through the casting and we tried to figure out what the fuck the story's gonna be. So based on the story, you saw the trailer, right?
Right.
Okay, so I watched it before I came over, so I want to discuss like let's do this kind of revisit this, like the story plot, because you talked about like they want to be like a younger type version, whatever, and then so now we got a weird type of like, so it seems to be like Ken and Ryu were in like the first Street Fighter, like they look like they're going from Street Fighter 1 to Street Fighter 2. So they like Street Fighter 1, they went, or Street Fighter
Alpha.
Wait, is it Alpha?
It'll be
It's
Alpha.
just Street Fighter. So the very first Street Fighter.
Street Fighter 1 or 2 are like close. Street Fighter Alpha is like the
pre-Street Fighter.
predecessor. It's like the young, when Ryu and Ken were like teenagers kind of thing.
So we'll go Alpha. So Alpha or Street Fighter 1 are on there. Looks like they had a tournament then, and then somehow won, because there's a point where it looks like Ryu and Ken are fighting each other, and they have they have the shorter hair, and they're kind of is before they go through and they get older and they have to cut their hair again. But it looks like they were fighting each other, and they even have like the weird like the double roll like toss that Ryu does. Ryu hits Ken with a fireball. You can't tell it's Ken, but you can tell by he's wearing his gi, and it's not Akuma. But it looks like it's Ken because they're in the same kind of green screened like alleyway. And then Chun-Li is like, I'm gonna go get all these people back again. I guess something happened, and so I'm assuming like Zangief, Dhalsim, Blanca, Balrog is fighting Ken and knocks him out. So I'm thinking is like Ryu won the tournament, the first one. Ken got knocked out fighting maybe the bosses. You know, the you know, Balrog, Vega, and then Bison, or Sagat and Bison.
Let me say, just before you move on, I'm so dis- every time I see
Descent?
Fiddy as Balrog, like such a missed opportunity to have Mike Tyson play
To make him play himself?
to play a character
I know,
that he's
I know you
based
said a
on.
moment ago Black Don't Crack, but is it really like, I know they can cover his tattoo, his face tattoo, but like, do you really think that like Tyson would be, I know he's based on him, but do you really think that he would be a good portrayal? Like,
I think he'd be fine.
he has to say lines.
Because Balrog's character in the game is like he's kind of a washed up boxer.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still technically boxed, but you know, Mike Tyson don't look bad. Like you saw him
Yeah.
fight whatever that white dude is that everyone can't stand.
And then, Jake
Balls.
Paul. And then you
Like-
saw his ass when he turned around and Netflix froze, or Netflix kind of showed it.
I didn't saw. I didn't.
Oh,
actually
the
watch
background interview with Tyson, where he's talking to Netflix. He's talking to him, right? And he turns around and walks away. He's wearing just a cup only with his ass hanging out.
it. Who, Tyson or
Yeah, Tyson.
Oh, I didn't know that. I did not see that. Like,
All the male and genitals you see, you don't see Mike.
I have had no interest. I was like, he's gonna like Mike Tyson's old. Like you know, Mike Tyson was like one of the greatest in the '90s.
Yeah.
It's like
I mean, power is power. You still have the quickness, and like even you may slow down a little bit, but you still have like muscle memory, or whatever, you know.
yeah. But I'm telling you, like. It'd be like having Dr. J play against Michael Jordan. Like Dr. J was great during his time, but Michael Jordan's like 20 years his senior. 20 years his senior? That's right?
Well, it's not like that's different though, because basketball players like they have bad knees because they're tall, and then they impact the shit like.
I'm saying like it's the same thing. He's basically an old. I'm not saying washed up. I'm just saying like if Mike Tyson was fighting someone in his like league,
age class.
age class, it'd probably be different than like fighting someone in like.
Yeah.
The whatever that Paul guy's name is.
Jake Paul.
But anyway, I just such a miss. I think as an actor, they still had fucking Ron Perlman play Hellboy, and that dude was like 60 then. So I don't think it's that bad.
That's not a whole lot of like action. Like I do is like take your shirt off and kind of just like either like paint body paint the wrinkles away, and be on your way with that.
I still think it's possible. Even though you said all that, I think it would be possible. I'm just saying.
So back to the story of Street Fighter. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's gonna start off with them in like Street Fighter Alpha or 1. Ryu's gonna win. Ken's gonna lose to Balrog, and that's how he's gonna be kind of washed up and whatever. It's gonna come back later. Chun-Li has to
get the whole gang back together.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm not sure if they're following like the anime movie where she shows her boobs. Or like she's a police officer. I think she's police officer that one, right?
Yeah, she's like with Interpol. So and then
she's going undercover maybe to this tournament, but she has to go and get back all the old fighters. So she has to go through and get like everybody. So she picks up Ryu, Ken, Balrog, Sorry, not Balrog, but Zangief, Dalsum, and then she brings in Cammy, E Honda. I think that and Vega will probably be there as well. You know, the bosses are still the bosses. You'll still get Balrog and Vega. I'm not sure about Sagat. You know that I think maybe I hope it's Sagat. So we haven't seen Sagat.
I didn't see Sagat. Yeah.
You saw Akuma. Maybe no Sagat. We get Akuma. Maybe Sagat will be revisited. Like, oh yeah, like this is like Ryu 1, and here's Sagat kind of at a retirement home, like, or in a monk somewhere, like in Thailand, meditating with a fucking scar on his chest. Like, I got fucked up, so like I'm good now. Like I'm just gonna meditate and live my life the way it be, kick fucking trees. But then you got Akuma, Roman Reigns, acknowledge me. But I don't know. That's what I got from this trailer. Like that's the story, and then it's gonna be like the redemption of. It almost gonna be almost like the redemption of Ken, not Ryu.
Yeah, it really did look. It reminded me of the new Mortal Kombat movie where they like introduced this one random white boy who was like, I mean, he's like supposed to be like
nobody
Japanese,
yet.
Yeah.
Somebody probably gonna be.
But he's like, they're like, okay, we're gonna take this beloved IP and like kind of focus it around somebody else.
Yeah.
Like we'll make it like follow him.
Yeah.
Like Ken is the main character, but it's like the Street Fighter is really kind of like Ryu's story for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like they just follow Ken instead. It just feels like to make it more, like basically to make it more digestible to the American audience and like kind of go with that.
Those stupid Americans.
Like they don't have to figure, like they don't have to like focus on the whole why do I fight philosophy, like the power of my fist, great responsibility. You know, just follow Ken and just make it like wild and shit.
Yeah,
like, I want to be the very best, like no champ ever was, kind of storyline.
Throw a little Pokemon in there.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, man, did you hear?
What now? I hear what?
Speaking of Pulp Fiction, did you hear Pete Hexes?
Oh yeah, he did the
that
prayer.
Shit's wild.
He did the fake prayer from.
It's like, what are we doing? Anyway, I thought that shit was funny. But no, it looked.
No, story wise, I know we're good at stories and we're kind of good. And I knew you were more lore master, so you know like the lore and stuff. So that's why you called out Alpha instead of 1.
It looked like they're going to go for a very basic. We need to get these fighters back together. It almost looked exactly like the movie.
Guile too, sorry.
The anime movie. Like we need to get this gang back together to fight in this tournament to take down Bison. Like it doesn't look like it's any deeper or more complicated than that. And it's just like a bunch of action scenes to, one, tell the story of how these fighters were the shit and they've won, then they fell off, and then now they were needed. They had to heed the call to defeat evil. It doesn't feel like there's anything deeper than that. Like I can't even imagine that there's more to it than that at all. And like, yeah.
So we saw, like I mentioned, you saw Ryu's like roll. He does like the double roll, then kicks, flings him off, and then you saw Ken's spinning. I always got the name.
Hurricane kick.
Hurricane kick, yeah. But as far as what he says though, he sounds like he's taking a shit like this. He sounds like. And then we saw, of course, Guile's blade kick, which looks so weird.
Yeah, it does.
I understand. Balrog, Blanca pops out. It looks like rubble. So I assume he got hit and kind of rubble fell on him. He bursts out. And he apparently he has fought. No. So on Guile, there is a part where he's like, I think I saw Ryu throw a fireball. So either Guile got slashed. There's three fingers, 3 slashes. So it's either Vega.
Oh yeah.
Slashed him.
You should have said a fireball. Just sounds like a weird phrase. You should have said I think I saw him throw a ball of fire.
Oh,
because it's like if I say fireball, that implies that fireballs exist in this world, but it's
apparently it does. And like he throws a fireball, and so does Akuma do. Akuma throws a fireball as well.
Yeah.
But like
I don't know. I only watched the trailer once in passing, so I barely remember.
I'm trying to get
I just
from my remember here.
Yeah. But I mean, it looks like I kind of like there's no world where this not gonna be a fucking super cheesy Street Fighter movie that's kind of like goofy and not. It's one of those movies that you just walk in like.
Yeah.
And you leave all your like. You leave like.
Go ahead.
You leave your critical mind at the door. Like if you bring that with you and you start trying to pull up the strings of the story and the plot, then it's gonna fall apart completely.
You go for cheese.
Yeah, like you just accept the fact that this is gonna be a cheesy, goofy movie, and yeah, like I can't imagine it not being that. So if it was anything more than that, I would be shocked. It's kind of like when you hand like the Justice League to Zack Snyder, and he makes it like all depressing and like deep. It's like, yeah, Street Fighter was never gonna be that.
DC's also a more depressing, darker than
depends.
Marvel.
It depends, but in general, but like Zack Snyder made it like super serious. Like he took the fun out of it and made it like a serious drama, which I actually super like Zack Snyder. I'm not trying to shit Zack Snyder. It's just his lens, right? Like Tim Burton did Batman. Tim Burton's like dark and broody, and so that's Batman color reflects.
But Batman again, DC is still like very dark and depressing at times.
Yeah, so I'm just saying like it's through that lens, right? But Street Fighter was never going to be told through that lens where it would feel right. Like I think the Lash with the story of Chun-Li or the Legend of Chun-Li was trying to like go through that lens, and it just wasn't working, and they eventually gave up on it.
So, I mean, you always like to ask like the battle between like properties, and I still think that Mortal Kombat is the more interesting film out of the two, just based on the trailers. And Mortal Kombat 2 looks. The Mortal Kombat 2 doesn't look cheesy. Street Fighter looks cheesy. The fact that they are trying to shoehorn, like, here's the car. I'm sure they're gonna have some time they're gonna hit some fucking barrels falling down or whatever. Something like that.
Because here's the thing,
Zangief's like he does his power bomb. That's super cheese. And I'm like, all right, well that
did look super cheesy. Like I was like, why did it look so weird like that?
Mean, how do you even survive that? Yeah. Honestly, like that's gonna be the question.
Here's the problem with that is like Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, of the three, Mortal Kombat has the best like lore / story. Like it's goofy on like the surface level, like, oh, we have to fight this tournament, but if like when you go deeper, there's actually like a story there that like has like a good lore to it. Like this person is from this clan who helped this sorcerer who's the god of this. Street Fighter is just, there's this guy who's crazy evil and his power is crazy evil, and these guys stop him. And by the way, there's a tournament there to try to make it make sense.
Yeah, that's how they all come together.
Yeah, because otherwise they would just like, there's no like these guys wouldn't ever. And like it's the same kind of thing with Mortal Kombat, but they at least have like a lore to each character. Like
they have actually like the lore for that was like either like, you win like and either Earth becomes like it's either Earth and the outer world's going to be
like the world's basically the realm, Earth realm is under attack, and if they lose, then kind of results in the destruction of the universe.
Next tournament.
Well, no. When we start Mortal Kombat the game, we're at the last tournament. And the consequences are, if you guys lose this shit, your entire universe is fucking dead. Basically going to be invaded. So we're given the stakes early on, and then like it has like, and then like based on that, there's like a deep lore. Where Street Fighter is just like, oh, military dude, fight, win, lose, but there's like no real stakes. Like, what if Bison won the tournament? Then what would happen? You don't know. It's like
he's a Street Fighter champion.
He would take over the world or something.
Championship edition.
And it would just be really weird. Like, so there's just King Bison, and like
King Bison.
Like trying to go through that is just like, it's kind of like silly and goofy. So like, oh, this guy wants to be king, so he's like military, and like there's never been a good story of Street Fighter to make it make sense, I guess. Whereas like Mortal Kombat, they took a kind of like goofy story, like was tournament to save the world, and then they made it make sense. And it based on like the characters, it actually works because when they actually lose the tournament, or they actually win,
they have consequences.
Well, they actually win the tournament.
Yeah.
But what happens is the guys who are like, no, fuck that, we won this tournament. They basically trump that shit, and they're like invade Earth anyway. So now, technically the next couple of tournaments, there's not an actual tournament anymore. You're just in this war, but the game plays out as if you're in a fighting tournament, but the fighting tournament is like neither here nor there at this point. It's really past that. Yeah,
11 or 12. I did that. It had like the interstitial like kind of like CG kind of talking whatever. The story. Then we're gonna invade so and so. Then all of a sudden, now it's your turn to play as this person.
Yeah, like
it's also a good way to have you train all the people. And
get It was a good way. It's a good way to kind of make it like a fighting game, but it's not a tournament anymore because you're just fighting these people because Earth is under the siege, and now it's you and Homeboy about to go at it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Square up.
Where Street Fighter is a little tournament. It's just like this doesn't really hold any real weight.
A more organized fight club.
Yeah, basically. That's how King of Fighters is too. It's like, how do you justify all these people? And every King of Fighters is like how is it that you guys fight this
and
world?
Where'd the man with the cheetah head come from?
Yeah, how do you fight this world tournament every couple years? How does that work?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like I said, at the end of the day, Street Fighter is gonna be one of those cult classic movies that's gonna be fun, goofy. It's gonna like be in the zeitgeist for like a little bit, and it's gonna fade away until the next Street Fighter movie come out. I mean, I think the animes always do it much better because like you can take something that's goofy in an anime and make it make sense, like capturing little creatures and trapping them in these little balls, and then going around and trapping more creatures and balls. Whereas like,
okay, about Pokemon now. Like, Street Fighter didn't have that.
I was talking about Pokemon. What are you talking about? No, joking. Yeah. But I'm saying like it works in the confines of that. But like if it was like a live action, it would just be really weird. I think. I don't know. Maybe that would work. Who knows?
I don't know.
Are you excited to see it? Right.
I am because I want to know what the hell the mid, because we saw Dan there. Eric Gondry's a shoutcaster. I want to see what the story is and where they go. I know that.
And Schultz?
Huh?
Is that Schultz do play Dan?
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. So you know that already though.
It's one of those things I can't stand that dude, so I've probably forgotten. But then you said that, I was like, wait a minute, is that dude?
Yeah, Dan. And so I'm just curious to see like who they bring in. I like Akuma. Yeah, as you saw if you watch our gameplay, I prefer Akuma playing as Akuma.
He's a fun character. He's always been like the coolest character in Street Fighter since he debuted in Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Whether you call him Akuma or Goki or whatever you want to call him. But I like Akuma. I'm a wrestling fan, so I'm excited for Roman Reigns being Akuma. I don't know how he's gonna be exactly what part he plays in it. For all I know, they've shown the very ending of the movie. And once you fight Bison, like the main person is Akuma, or the main person is Akuma, and that who's really behind everything. Who knows? But I'm very excited for the movie. I'm gonna watch it. It's full of cheese. I know that, and like. I'm still gonna watch it. It still is, and I don't go. I'm not going there with high hopes. Like I put a lot more stock and more faith into Mortal Kombat, because regardless of what I do like the first one.
It's funny, like I like the Mortal Kombat lore and story. I did not like that movie at all. I thought it was so.
The only thing I liked is that they spent too much time trying to go through and like they ain't end up anywhere. They like okay, now you've learned your powers. Now we can go to a tournament in the next movie.
It was like
come on.
To me, they had a good idea in the Mortal Kombat movie, and then they like pissed all over it. It's like this whole thing, like, oh, we need to discover our special abilities. Like, why is that a thing? You guys could have ran without that. Like the whole Scorpion bits are really cool in that movie. Yeah. And then like they just.
They're in hell fighting, right?
Yeah, and like I don't know. Scorpion's always been the cool. I mean, no one fucking doubts it. Scorpion's always been the coolest character in Mortal Kombat. Seconded to.
It's more of what Sub-Zero versus Scorpion was. Yeah. The Ken Ryu in a way.
Yeah, but like they're always just like badass characters. Like it's basically the evil Ken Ryu, where both Ken Ryu are technically evil. Well, one's technically dead too.
One's more evil.
Yeah, but like. He was badass, and they had like some good things about that movie, but it was just like then they got to like the reality. Like even when they had Jax and Sonya and they were fighting, that was kind of cool. But then like once he like broke his arms and shit, he's like, he's like
he ripped him off.
Yeah, and he managed to get him back, but like he discovered his special ability, and I was like, it was just such a weird thing. Like they each had like a special power. Like I just don't get that plot point.
Well, it just gives way to their special move. How does Johnny Cage throw a fucking green ball orb for no reason? Oh, that's why. Like that is Sonny Blade.
I just think the plot way of getting there was just like, okay, come on, this is kind of silly. But anyway, I just didn't like it, so I'm not looking forward to that. I mean, I'm gonna watch it because they have some cool scenes. Like, one thing I do like about these movies, and it doesn't matter what movie you watch. Like even fucking You Got Served, there's some cool sequences there. Even though the story itself is like
served. That's the weird.
No, like I watched that movie because I want to see the dancing. I couldn't tell you what the fucking plot of You Got Survey is, and I've seen that movie like 30 times. I just watched dancing and move on.
Yeah.
I think same thing with this Mortal Kombat movie. They're gonna have some cool ass action scenes. I'm gonna rewatch that, and then I'm gonna move on. So I mean, I am looking forward to see what they do action wise and how the effects and the action and all that meld together. Those are cool. Same thing with Street Fighter. The effect or like the fighting, the game in the game, and like so how to connect it to the game and like see how they work that out. Like that pulverize or body slam thing or like suplex. I saw it in the trailer, and to me it looked really goofy. I do like the way they did it cinematography wise, but then like it's just one of those things that there's no way to do this where it doesn't look goofy in real life. Just same thing like the flash kick. It just kind of looks like badass in the game, but when you see it in real life, it's like that just doesn't hit the same way.
Because it looks almost slow. It's almost slowed down in the. It's not quick. Like it's not so much that a flash. It's more like a comical like run up the wall type thing.
Yeah. Like. So it's kind of like and then like she does a spinning bird kick, and it's like, man, it's just like I get the concept, like kind of like it's like breakdancing, but it just doesn't hit the same. But like. So like I don't know, maybe because it's more tethered to real life and like it would look goofier. Whereas like in Mortal Kombat, when he throws that spear and he like throws it like throwing it around and shit, and like says "Get over here," that shit just looks cool for some strange reason.
I got you. It's also how it's been shot too as well.
Yeah.
Like it's that trailer is heavy in green screen, and heavy in like effects where a lot of steam and shit and but the part where Cammy confronts. Oh, Cammy walks by Chun-Li. She's like, "Oh, they already talked about your thighs," and she's like, "I don't see it." That's weird because Cammy's like sitting there with her ass out. At least in the game, I'm not sure if she's wearing the same bodysuit in the movie.
Guarantee she is. That's like the.
And then I'm not gonna. Is it Chun-Li who gets naked? Like you see the back of her.
And the anime
movie, she
gets naked. She's taking a shower before she's.
No, in the trailer though, you see a woman walk take a robe off and walk into like the bath.
Oh, I didn't see that trailer.
Like, maybe they're going maybe they really are going for like the anime, and they may not show it, but they'll imply that.
Keep in mind that like it's probably the makers of this movie have probably at some point sat down and watched the anime. They probably they would have seen the anime, so they're probably taking some references because even in the trailer, it looks like Chun-Li is fighting Vega at some point. So I was like, maybe it seems like they took that straight up the anime almost. So
you killed my dad, and I kill you.
And it would be like a fun scene. Like I always watch those scenes, like or that scene specifically because she's like in a vulnerable position. She's trying to like get safe, and she's fighting like Vega. And Vega's kind of like, who's playing Vega? You'd know, right?
Well, I know it's this singer who wears a mask as well. Who never shows his face. I don't know his name. It just happened to be like, oh well, you wear a mask, so might as well. Transition you to a non-speaking acting part.
That's probably like the best way because like then you can have anyone. You can have it be like 18 different people, and as long as you're wearing this mask, you'd never know. It's like, wait, is that the same dude? And
it's not gonna take. You never take off his mask anyway. It's like kind of like Black Noir. It doesn't say shit, don't see shit. Like anybody could be into there.
I watched the funniest thing yesterday. Speaking of Black Noir, it was like a podcast with the deep Black Noir.
It was like, for the VOD channel, right? Like,
yeah. I've been watching that shit. That shit is so funny. Like they make. I think it's wild that they actually spend the production time, money, build the set just for something that's so like silly and simple, but it was a fun thing.
Clicks and everything, and monetize it the hell.
But it was like Black Noir, and it was basically like a man podcast, and he was like it's basically like just those man bro podcasts. It was hilarious though.
Yeah. Very true. So before we take off, one last thing. Avengers Doomsday, which a trailer was shown there.
I still haven't seen a trailer. I haven't seen a single trailer.
There's no trailers yet.
There is not.
There aren't any trailers. There are little small clips or of things that may not be in the movie per se, but like clips. America, Thing, meaning the guys from Wakanda, and there's the shots of like RDJ at a bunch of trailer chairs with the cast. There's behind look behind something where it's like, oh, here this picture and these weird shadows look for X, Y, and Z. There's the X-Men one with Ian McKellen and showing fucking seeing Cyclops in his full legit blue suit and his yellow whatever shooting his eye beams. But this one apparently there is a you see scenes of Thor throwing Stormbreaker out to against Doom. Doom catching it with 2 fingers, like nothing. And there have been like leaks online. I guess like their security is really tight, and there were no leaks were supposed to get out of the trailer that they're showing. And for the most part, it happens where like they will show the trailer at CinemaCon, and like days later they'll show it online or premiere it on, to everybody. But I mean, everybody's back for the most part who hasn't died from Endgame, and plus the new characters that they've introduced, the movies and TV shows and so forth. At least to the movies. Jonathan
Majors is coming back?
I don't know.
Did you know?
What's up?
Jonathan Majors is younger than both of us.
I'm in better shape though.
No, I was just like,
I'm joking. He's not. He's in amazing shape.
No, I thought he was like
older than us.
Yeah, when I found out how old he was, I was like, wait,
isn't it to a point, Dre, where everyone's younger than us?
Yeah, no, I know. We're getting old, yes, but I just was not aware that he was younger than us. Like I found out, I was like, he's like 35, 36. I was like, wait, really? That's so much younger than I thought he was.
Yeah,
he looks like he's
our age.
Been through it.
Yeah,
but nah. So,
but with all that going forward is more like they always talk about like there's been a long break since anything Avenger-ish, besides Thunderbolts, and then that was probably about it.
It wasn't meant for
Fantastic Four,
yeah,
but
Fantastic Four, yeah.
But like after that, like of what then? What's next? Like there's.
You say has this been a gap? Fantastic Four came out last year. I think you're at the point where Marvel is so like they're putting like 4 Marvel movies a year that when there's like just one, because like even then like there's Fantastic Four came out last year, Daredevil came out this year. I mean if you're considering that part of the thing, right? And then
Spider-Man's not gonna be part of it. Well, at least they say he's not gonna be part of Doomsday.
Maybe not last year, but the year before that is when the Daredevil original season came out, and then Thunderbolts came out. So, I mean, we're still,
and Echo as well.
And then Wonder Man came out too, and Echo. Like I said, you're saying like, oh, it has been a while. I was like, no, you're just so used to like 5 Marvel IPs coming out a year. So the fact that only 2 came out in the last 2 years, it's like, man, that's been like a long time. I don't say
it's more like keeping your like interest in stuff, and you forget about things. Excuse me, but I was wondering, like it's Avengers, Doomsday, Avengers. The next one I forgot what it was called, but they named it, or I did it, I forgot it. Or Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. There you go.
But
wait, isn't this one? No, this is Doomsday and then the Secret Wars. You're right.
So, because they had to rename the king.
Oh yeah.
And so,
poor Kang.
I mean, is it always like it's apparently there's also an X-Men Avengers in there, like an X-Men versus Avengers type thing situation going on.
They should just let that go.
It's a way to bring them in. They're finding a way to backdoor pilot. Like get them in, and even though you don't need a pilot, and they kind of hinted at things like with. Wait,
was it X? Sorry, I'm just trying to follow up. Right, was it X-Men Avengers not the precursor to Civil War, or am I thinking something different?
X-Men Avengers was the one where they all got the Phoenix Force.
Oh, it's not the precursor. That's right. That's 2 different stories. Okay, It's been a while since I've actually read a comic or comic series.
Gotcha. But Marvel Girl, Marvel Girl, the one with the Marvel Girl, Miss Marvel.
Oh,
Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel was a show where they kind of like, oh, you're mutant, and then you hear that no in the background at the very last episode. So that's like, and they've hinted things about X-Men here and there, but what I'm trying to get at is this going to be the thing? Like, is Avengers going to be like the main team? Like they're all going to like, it seems like they're going to re-bring out the Avengers every single movie. And they may eventually kind of like replace them here and there, and they did try to do that with Thunderbolts, like Avengers, asterisks. But I mean, do they not have any faith in the new characters that can hold or do a 2-part, 4-hour, 4.5-hour epic movie or story?
I think Marvel / Disney is like what's the word I'm looking for? A victim of his own success, because
Okay.
quite literally they invented like they didn't invent this, but they were really successful at the whole like CU project, like cinematic universe, right?
Yeah.
So they did that. Like now every movie studio is trying to basically do what they did, and now
In their own way. Yeah.
and now even they're trying to do what they did, and what they're finding is
Lightning
like
bolt twice. Yeah.
yeah, like they're trying to find what they're finding is that one, we've kind of like in like the like lore and slash timeline they're at, they're past the point where all the people like the characters people care about.
Yeah.
Like X-Men was super popular in the 90s, super popular now. No one cares about anything post X-Men really, right? Like if you told me who was in the X-Men now, I could tell you like the original squads, like, you know,
The blue and gold
yeah,
squad.
yeah. Basically, no one fucking cares beyond that.
Yeah.
And we pretend like we do, but really, the hardcore fans, which was like in our generation, we don't really care. And then people below that, they don't want to read comics anyway. So
Yeah.
they just know it through the movies. So like,
Then they would say, then the people below us would be like, oh, the X-Men team's like these five people, like with Beast with no hair, with like he was just, you know, just a regular guy, you know, an angel with no like no archangel.
So it's like, you know, like the point where like, well, no one cares, right?
Yeah.
And then you got like, so the same thing with the Avengers. Like, no one really cared about the Avengers ever.
They were always
They were like the B team behind the X-Men. So the fact that Marvel made these characters like the A team is really a testament to how well they pushed them. But because they did so well at pushing them, they kind of pushed the X-Men to the back burner. And then I think to me, it was all fucked them over because like everything was X-Men, like X-Men versus Street Fighter, the video games, right?
Yeah.
And then like they were like, okay, we don't want these X-Men. So the next, the Infinity game, which was like Marvel vs. Capcom 3, didn't have any X-Men.
Mhm.
Guess what? That fucking game does terrible because no one fucking cares about the Avengers as much as they did the X-Men. And then like they pulled back all the cartoons. They only recently started re-releasing
97.
97 cartoons, and now even that's been pulled on the back burner. So it's like, what happened there?
I don't think it was to come out next, hopefully this year.
Yeah, but it should have been out already. Like to me, it should have been out. Like even like I was thinking today, it's like, what happened to the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? I was really enjoying that.
Yeah, it was really really
It
good.
was like
It would tie in nicely to like current project going on with the movie coming out. The characters are kind of like
so. I think they're just a weird state where they're trying to just make money. So they're just trying to figure out how do we make money, and that's why I feel like they call Robert Downey Jr. like, look, we will suck your dick, man. We will get on our knees, suck your dick.
yeah,
We need you back so we can make some more money.
and we'll back up the Brinks truck.
Yeah, because like I really think that like they drained all of his work, like in movies, cinematic wise, and
Yeah,
like there is no real going back to like, oh, we were just gonna, if we just bring all these characters back and we can just pretend like there wasn't anything that happened after that scene in the last Iron Man or the last Avengers movie.
yeah.
Like, it just continued, and I just don't think it's gonna work. I really think like the public is like kind of moved on. Like you had the hardcore fans. I'm gonna go watch it. I'm like, oh, it's gonna be fun. But like, I think the public's moved on. So I really like just kind of like, for them to really just try to figure it out, I think they should just move on to different like Marvel stories. Obviously, they're not doing that.
Okay.
So all I have to say is, I don't see it. I think we're in that part where like the people that care are aged out, and then the people that they're trying to go after, which is pretty much like a younger crowd, because those are the ones that really see the movies, right?
Okay.
The people between like 24 and 35.
Mhm.
They
1824.
Huh? Yeah.
1824.
18, 20, 20. Yeah, I'm saying, I don't think they fucking care. They did not grow up with comics like we did. So comics in general, comic lore is like a nostalgia thing. Like,
I mean, if you wanted to, I mean, the closest thing to X-Men you've seen in the past decade is what?
Invincible.
Deadpool, Wolverine. Because they have X-Men there, and they're like, fuck's that? But other than that, before that was like, was it Logan?
Yeah, those movies are good.
Like, yeah, but they didn't have like a lot of like X-Men. They had Professor X. They had a couple other mutants like that you would not know unless you were kind of like, oh yeah, I know that from the comics. Like I read this in old comic, and like there's some weird roundabout way you came across them. But like as a proper X-Men movie, I mean, what First Class was that was that the precursor one?
No, the last one was
Dark Phoenix.
Dark Phoenix was fucking terrible. Actually, it didn't start off terrible. It just got terrible.
How long ago was that? Was that how long ago?
It was a long ass time.
A long ass time ago. Yeah. So people who were so to say people who were born when that movie came out are almost
like
what?
20s, huh? I can't be.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying, but it would be I would say 10 to 15 years ago.
God, that can't say that.
No.
You say that can't be right.
No, I'm sorry. I say 10 years ago.
But you know, it's
10 years ago, 2016.
It's funny, like when I talk about time now.
Yeah.
For some reason, the years between 2023 and like now don't occur to me. Because I'll say some shit like, "Oh yeah, I was like a couple years old," and I like looked at it, was like, "Oh, it's like 8 years ago." Like, oh.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it right now because you're reminiscing right now. But
2019, yeah.
2019.
So yeah, the people when that movie came out,
or 7,
or at least 8. What year is this? 7, 26. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, at least 7. So like, yeah, that's 8. So that's like the last movie, and like, so if you put it back, like the last real good, to me, the last good X-Men movie was Days of the Future Past, which I can't even remember when that came out, but it was like, I want to say 2014.
Okay.
Right. And if you were born that time, that was 12 years ago.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just saying, like between like the 2000s and then
2014 came out.
Yeah.
Best, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I guess it doesn't thought.
And even if you were to count the New Mutants, which you don't, like that came out, it was never went anywhere.
I still need to watch that movie.
I watched it, but I'm like, this isn't this. I know what it's supposed to be. I know what it's. I know who those people are, and Wolfsbane and everything. Yeah. But it doesn't tie into anything. It's its own entity.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what I'm getting at. Like even like the New Mutants, the Runaways, the Young Avengers, no one cares about those. Like
Cloak and Dagger.
Yeah.
Freeform. Jesus. Like watch those.
No one cares, and it's not because they weren't good stories or whatever. It's just like the age of the comic book is like, to me, dead. And sure, you're like, these good shows are still coming out about comic book characters, but like they really like Invincible is tight, and it's basically just rebranded Superman, Golden Age '90s comics, right?
Yeah.
Just with a dark twist, like, oh, by the way, Superman's evil, and that's what makes it cool, right? But it's like,
I mean, with the boys then.
Yeah, no, exactly, right? And that's just cool. And it's just like they're just taking it at a different age, but. Most people who like The Boys, I can guarantee you 85% of them had no idea it was even a comic.
Comic book, yeah.
And like the Invincible, I had never heard of the comic before the show came out.
My sister, I was walking in, I'm like, oh, it's a comic show. The comic? Well, yeah, walking in is part of the comic. It's like, oh, I didn't know that. Like,
exactly.
A zombie show. I'm like, yeah. Well,
yeah, it's just like I'm saying. Like,
you look at the credits and it says based on the comic by, but nobody reads those. Like,
yeah.
It's
like, we're at the age where I just think the comic book is just like dead, right? So the comic movie based on the comic book is slowly dying, and it's just like Marvel is, and look, at the end of the day, they make money off these stories, so comic book. But I just think it's so dead. Like Ant-Man and the Quantumanium and like Kang is like cool stories if you read those comics, but like most people who are like following that was only do it through like the movies. I don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say is like there's nowhere to go from here. Like,
but if you look at even Disneyland, the Avengers Campus, they haven't done shit with that. They rebranded. They rebranded Tower of Terror to the
Guardians.
The Escape, or what's it called? I apologize. But other than that, like the Spider-Man that flings across, you may see a couple characters come out. They added Deadpool, Wolverine, which is not even part of that Avengers thing. It's a whole separate thing. But
I don't remember any Eternals were there. No fucking cares about the Eternals. I honestly like the Eternals movie. It wasn't a great movie. The movie could have been like gone through a couple more rewrites.
There was also Captain America and Falcon show that
that was not good.
Yeah. The movie. Sorry.
I wanted that to be good, and it just was. Oh yeah, there's a Captain America.
Yeah. You forget about those. Like, oh shit.
Because they just weren't impactful and like.
It's a Bucky Captain America Bucky film. Oh, sorry, TV show. And then there was Captain America.
Yeah, and Captain America 3. What is it called?
Red Hulk.
Captain America Brave New World, maybe?
Yeah, Brave New World,
yeah. It's just like we're at the point where like there's not a lot of good stories. Like I just don't think people care anymore. Like it's cool. Like it's to move on. Like I would think that to me this is what they should do. They should just retire the MCU in terms of like movies. because the shows are fire. I think if they just kept doing shows like high production Marvel shows,
Yeah.
they'd be fun. Cause like you can keep the story more like controlled. You just get like more like little slice of life comic stories. Like, oh, I'm a comic book hero, but like I do all this, and then like slowly build that. Because right now, because I think they've sucked all the retroness out of the comics they could, like all the stories that we love. Like even I think that the last one you mentioned is Avengers versus X-Men. That's like the big comic book story that people kind of like can click with.
Yeah.
Because I think
I really liked. I liked that one a lot.
Oh, I did. I liked it. That was a good one. Because it made Cyclops evil.
Yeah.
But it was like a good, interesting story. And they killed like Professor X, right? Remind me. And then like it was kind of like mutants versus humans. I think that was like the last good comic book story. Before that, it was Civil War. And I think Doomsday isn't even that great of a story. And Secret War.
Civil War 2. There's 2 Civil Wars.
Civil War is too trash. But and then Doomsday is a good story. But Secret Wars isn't even that great of a story. But
that's you got the symbiote though, right? Then you got the Spider-Man and the
yeah, they kind of retconned all that shit. Like Spider-Man did get the symbiote from the aliens during the Secret War, but they kind of like, nah, we just kind of what? Like I said, like they've sucked all the good stories out. I think what they need to do is go back to the drawing board, which is cartoons and like some simple shows, and slowly build a new like fondness for this Marvel thing based on the shows, and stop trying to rely on the comic books. Like, so I do think they should bring, which they never will apparently at this rate, was bring back Blade, and they should like
bring Black Blade.
Yeah, bring black Blade. Black always black, or always bet on black.
Yeah.
But you bring Blade back and like probably turn it into like a series
in a non-Deadpool-ish movie.
Yeah, in like a I was excited to see Mahershala what they're going to do with it. And they should like try to build like and I know I keep talking about this, the Dark Universe, the Marvel Dark Universe, kind of like build that. And like,
you want Norman Osborn to be Iron Man?
No.
Norman Osborn,
he's
right? Yeah.
Is he Iron Man?
Not Iron Patriot, but he's Iron Man, but like it was a red, white, and blue suit,
it would be the Thunderbolts, and they didn't even have Norman. I don't think they can, right? Because
then he had Doc, and we had to introduce Wolverine and Doc and all that stuff. Like it was the Dark Avengers.
Yeah, but I don't think they can go that route because Norman Osborn's a Spider-Man IP, and that's
Spider-Man
clearly
villain, yeah.
It's clearly
unless you borrow him for a little bit.
I think they're done with that. I think Sony's like, okay, cool, we want our thing back.
Yeah,
I'm glad Spider-Man's still killing it. At least the Spider-Verse movies. I'm not even that excited about the next Spider-Man movie, but Spider-Verse, yeah. I'm excited for. That one should be good. Anyway,
Spider-Man Noir.
That one looks fun though. That one does look fun.
Are you gonna watch it in black and white or color?
I had to be black and white. So I'm curious because the joke in the Spider-Man Noir in the movies was he was black and white, but he was in like a world of color.
Yeah.
If I watch it in black and white, are they gonna get rid of that joke where there's certain things of color, or is it just all black and white?
All black and white.
Well, that's fine.
Black and white or all color.
I will watch it in black and white. It just seems like it has to be in black and white. I'm sorry.
Okay. Fair enough. All right, guys. So that's the end of our little nerdy podcast, as per every week. Thanks for listening or watching. We're every Wednesday. The Gameoration audio version being on iTunes and Spotify. Video version being here on YouTube. You can watch it here if you're watching on YouTube. On that note, like, subscribe, say hello, and we'll see you later.
Peace.